Okay. Happy New Year, everybody. I know it's 2022 and it's a good number. I'm a big on numbers. I don't know if you guys are too, but the twos mean something to me. And if you look at imagery of 2022, it's a really beautiful number I wanted to share with you on how it configures together to form hearts. And I wanted to start with that today, is just start with love. So here is my favorite image of 2022. It's twos backwards forming a heart, which looks like swans to me. And swans to me are a symbol of peace, joy, and simplicity and clarity, and leaving behind what does not serve. So today on our detox and fat loss and setting New Year's resolutions that stick, and maybe are your life resolutions and not just the 4 or 5 week ones that come and go. I'd like to really focus on what counts. And the only way we can get into our heart and our true life purpose vision of what we came here in this body to embody is to get rid of the things that are standing in your way of achieving whatever it is that year after year you have set your heart to, but failed. And that is the bully inside of you speaking. You did not fail. You are simply gathering data of what parts of you are either not willing to work at it, but no longer work inside of you that prevent you from success. And for many of you, it's the broken belief system, the bully within, that keeps you sick, stuck, and suffering and symptomatic. So how many of you out there believe that 99% of the things that you are experiencing are because of what you are thinking inside and what you believe and what you value and who you were seeking to please and who you are loyal to from the time that you were born? From the time that we're born, we latch onto beliefs and thought systems from our parents, political leaders, and all the other P's if you've ever seen my prison bars. And we think that those are truth. We think that they are facts. If you look out on social media, you're looking at people warring. No, that's fact. That's truth. No, studies show, science, blah, blah, blah. I hope that you are here with, first and foremost, an open mind that says this, I don't know it all. And maybe when I really think about it, maybe I don't know shit. Maybe I know as much as I've learned that has served me up until this point. But I have an open mind that says, I've tried a lot of things. Some things have worked and some things have not. But I am here today on this webinar, on this masterclass call, to ask myself in the presence of 40 plus hundreds of other people, what is it that I don't know that I would like to know so that I can have the health, the body, the energy, and the freedom that I desire in 2022? Yeah? Whoever grows with a fixed mindset. Oh, I already know it all. Oh, I already tried that. It didn't work. Doctors told me this. Lynn said hi. And I love that you're on here, Lynn. Good to see you again, sister. Lynn is a client that came to me last year, and she worked in my bigger detox course. We're going to talk today about, a mini detox course that I'm having, as well as any things that you guys are calling into your life and whether or not a detox makes sense for you, which I personally believe that every single human being needs to be ABC, always be cleansing, if we want to survive this year and for the rest of our life, because 88% of humans are metabolically inflexible. And what that means is that no one in that category is effectively using food or supplements or anything amazing that they're even consuming and turning it into energy. So no matter what you do, it's not getting into the cell. No wonder why you feel like hell. You are not here because your life is going well, right? You are here because you want it to go better and you want to be better. And that is a growth mindset. Amen. Amen. A growth mindset says, I have always done my best, but now I want to be better. And a growth mindset says, I already know that I'm the best inside, not with your ego, but with your heart. And I am looking to remove and detox and cleanse all of the things that are standing in my way of that inner knowing, because you already came here whole. Now your broken bully within might say, no, I don't believe that. No, you're not the best. You suck. You need someone else outside to tell you what to do. If you are here because you're done with that mindset, if you are here because you are done pedestalizing everybody else to tell you what you need, and you are ready to listen to your body and what it is telling you with symptoms, thank God that your body's talking to you. You are in the right place. You are in the place of empowerment, which is what I teach. So thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome. I'm Diane Kaiser. If you've never met me, some of you I know have come to me from American Holistic Care and American Biodental. And maybe it's your first time meeting me. Maybe you've seen me in the clinic down there in Mexico. What I learned down there and what I'm doing right now, and what I'm gonna mention just like in a minute, Lynn, about your story. I see patients often that get referred to me from some of the most well-known doctors in the world. Why are they referring them to me? I'm not a doctor yet. I'm almost completed with my naturopathic doctorate. And it's taken me 4 or 5 years to get there because I have 8 other certifications. I'm not going to boast about me, you guys. I'm just telling you right now why I think that you should regard what I'm saying as I kind of know what I'm talking about, just so you could formulate some sort of trust here on how I got here. And I'm going to share a little slideshow in a minute so you guys can see why I'm so passionate about this and why I'm so qualified to support people to support themselves, because I'm not here to fix you. I am here to teach you that you're not broken. There are parts of you that are broken, like 88% of the population's metabolism, and you'll never lose weight until you fix that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You're never going to get over a problem or a symptom or heal a condition, autoimmune disease, all of which are reversible, are overcomable naturally without drugs. You are not drug deficient. So I am here to teach you the natural way, the homeopathic, naturopathic alternative made hopefully back to mainstream in 2022 because of you, because you were going to be out there going, you know what, enough. We don't need these doctors and hospitals and toxic broken systems to tell us anymore that we are drug deficient. This is a resurrection of ancient wisdom that has been here for thousands of years. Before the 1930s, the Flexner Report, when Rockefeller wrote that Flexner Report to kick out natural medicine doctors that have worked for thousands of years and said, we are going to take my petroleum profits, my petroleum products, and put them into the Western medicine system and say, that is going to be mainstream. And if you practice natural medicine, you will get fired. And for many of them, I know some of them who have disappeared. So I am not here to create any conspiracies. I am here because what I have seen in the clients and patients that I've worked with is literal miracles. Literal miracles. In fact, I will start the webinar today by sharing a story, and I'll share you the visual of it so that you can read it, of a patient that I worked with who had MS. And she was told that she would never walk again without her wheelchair. After 11 years, after even trying the Terry Wahls diet, which is the MS diet, she came to me and she said, enough. She came to an event that I had created online called the Non-Toxic Beauty Summit, which we had 33,000 plus people attend. And she was one of them. And something sparked her, something set her on fire with what I said. And hopefully that is what you will get today from this discussion, from this collaboration, from this communal gathering, is that you have everything you need inside. We just need to remove the things that are standing in your way so that you get those tools and you can create a symphony and a song with your life. And then you come back to life because you know your place in it. And you know that you are a self-healing mechanism, no matter what's happened with you. And today you're going to hear about all the things I went through, lots of Western medicine injuries that I was a victim of, but I grew from that. And that's what I want you guys to all consider today. So she had tried all the diet, she tried all the things, and she came to us. And within 3 months, she was out of her wheelchair. Her MS markers were almost gone. She got off of all of her medications. And the doctors were like, why aren't you taking your medications? Why are you not using your wheelchair? Must be that whatever medications we gave you were miracles. And she said, no, I am the miracle. I learned that I don't need to be codependent on a lot of these toxic medications and toxic treatments and the teacher treadmill. I have everything I need within me. So what we did is we worked with her and we helped her understand the broken belief systems, the toxins, the bugs, the parasites. And of course, as a result of that, her hormones were imbalanced, because what you're going to learn today is the order in which your body goes into a metabolic chaos and you feel broken, but you're not. Your cells are, and they're looking for healing. And thank God for symptoms. Can I get an amen in the comments? Thank God that God designed me, my creator, perfectly in his image, such that I can have the opportunity to have symptoms so that my body can get a clue, the check engine lights that says something's wrong down here. And today I invite myself to listen differently, compassionately, constructively, and consciously so that I can create the version of me that I came here to be. And the only reason that I got sidetracked is because our culture took me in that direction. And now I'm ready to go that direction. I am ready to trade in toxins for a tonic life. Hi, Stella. So Stella's asking me, I can't stay long. Will there be a replay available? So let me just tell you guys right now, for some of you who are going to have to tune out soon or halfway in or whatever, I get it. We have all kinds of distractions, right? But if you do a detox with me, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Ultimately, like we have all these different things that are distractions. We have a lot of different directions where we pulled today. A lot of things that are blocking our healing journey today. And what I'm going to be doing is sharing the replay for those of you who can't stick around the whole time. I will have Q&A at the very end. So stick around. We're going to go until 2:00, which is 40 minutes from now, 2:00 Mountain Time. So 40 more minutes. And I'm going to be answering your questions for about 15 minutes at the very end. You will get the replay. Everybody who's here and my whole list will get the replay, and we're going to be sending it out tonight. We are going to be offering a $100 off ticket credit for anybody who wants to do this warrior cleanse this year. So cool. This is the 8th annual warrior cleanse. I have remodeled this thing 8 years, 8 times. And I'm so excited. I kicked it off 8 years ago with 100 people. This year so far, we have about 50 people signed up. And this is also an opportunity for you guys to say yes to yourself. It's $297, but we're offering this $100 coupon only until tomorrow at noon Pacific time. So 24 hours from the time I started this webinar today. So just go to thewarriorcleanse.com, check it out, see if it's for you, which you guys, every human needs this. Every human needs this. I need leaders to step up in their families and learn the ancient wisdom I'm going to be teaching you in this 10-week course. And during the 10 weeks, you don't have to be perfect. It's not about, I have to do everything exactly how Diane says. No, we're done with that. That's 2021 and beyond. I'm teaching you guys just simply how to listen to your body and giving you recipes that you can employ every week, that after 10 weeks, you have a whole new way of being. Am I saying you have to stop eating these certain foods or you can't drink or you can't? No, I'm a realist, you guys. I'm going to tell you what the top 7 inflammatory foods are. And I'm going to suggest to you that you play with those and take them out, maybe one of them out for 3 weeks and then add it back in later and see how crappy you feel when you eat it, so that you get to be the one that authors the choice and the boundary that says, you know what, that food hurts me. I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm going to give you really healthy alternatives and replacements that you guys, I was raised on Oreo cookies and mac and cheese and chips, Frito-Lays and Ruffles. So I love my junk food. I love it. But there are healthier versions of every single thing of those, so that you could still have your crunch. You could still have your chocolate. This is not about restrictions or deprivations. This is about healthier versions of the things that you enjoy that actually are going to sustain your body and treat and heal your cells, because until you get to the cell and fix that, you will never get well. So a lot of you have been out there trying, liver cleanses or colon cleanses, or maybe a gallbladder flush, or maybe you've gone to the doctor and have done an IV of chelation. Maybe you've had your silver fillings removed. Maybe you've had your breast implants removed. But what I'm going to share with you in these 10 modules is every week we're going to focus on something in a very specific order. And you can take whatever you want from that, even if you get only 2% of what I share with you in this entire 10-week journey. You're going to be a totally transformed human. And I'm going to plant the seed for you to incorporate new things every day, every week, so that afterwards, if you've shifted just 10 things in your day, you are so much farther off than you were before. You're so much better. And then you're going to want more, and you're going to want more. Just like Lynn, she's my client and she just graduated one of my programs and she's here. So oftentimes people like my energy around healing because I am not doing it for you. I'm teaching you to do it for yourself. I'm teaching you how to fish, and I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm going to tell you that it's going to be rewarding AF. I'm going to tell you that the work that you're doing with doctors is going to actually last longer because of the work that you do on a daily basis. And that's what I was saying earlier, is that when I go to work with patients down in Mexico, what I see is that they're doing these 10, 15, 20, $50,000 treatments, which is amazing. There's stem cell, there's PRP, there's ozone, there's IV chelation, IV nutrition. There's an amazing chiropractor down there named Dr. Bergman, who's also going to be teaching during this course. And it's amazing. He's a world famous chiropractor. If you don't know him yet, go to YouTube. Check him out, Dr. Bergman. You'll see several videos and interviews he and I have done together. He's followed by millions of people, and he's a miracle worker too. So you're going to have 3 miracle workers that are all going to show up for you in a 10-week course for $197, which is half the price of what you would pay for one session with either 3 of us. You know, these doctors charge $500 to talk to him for an hour, but you're going to pay $197 for an entire 10-week journey. And you're going to get me as well as several of these other doctors. It's the best treat that any human could give themselves. So I'm going to give you guys recipes, supplements. Sure. If you'd like to, I'm going to give you options. I'm going to give you options to go deep with your liver. I'm serious. Any condition that you have, I don't care what it is. Bring me the challenge. We will work on treating that symptom, that condition at the very root, so it doesn't happen anymore, unless you want to keep it. If you want to keep a condition, if you want to keep a painful symptom, you can, because there is benefit in the pain. You might be like, Diane, what are you talking about? Why would symptoms suck? I don't want them anymore. Maybe there's a reason the symptom is there, and it's because it's trying to wake you up so that you can look deeper and understand if it's a toxin or a trauma that we have to clear. We get to clear. And I'll tell you, for Patricia, the one who had MS, the one who is now walking without a wheelchair, one of the traumas that she had was she was sexually harassed and raped at the age of 13. And she was trying to be invisible since. So that was a broken belief system that she had that we worked on. And we don't go super deep with this cleanse with that, but I just want to plant the seed that for many of us, it could be one of 4 things that is plaguing you and that is making you feel like you're the plague, right? But I've never not worked with one condition that's out there that doctors have said, you will never, ever fix this. You will never treat this. And we make miracles in this tribe. And I can promise you that. So there's lots of testimonies, and you could hear many of them on my YouTube channel, on my podcast. And this is not me making the miracles. This is me and you together that are fine tuning the strings of your guitar, that when we tune them, they all start to sing a song together. There are 11 systems of your body. And when we can make all 11 systems work together, you are vibrating at such a high frequency that maybe 5G can't even impact you. We don't know that yet because they're rolling it out as of right now. And that's very toxic to the body. Many people don't know that. There's many partnerships and toxic trios of high frequencies, EMF frequencies, that can amplify and make the symptoms worse if you have mold inside of your body, and also heavy metals. So that's the 3. It is very hard to pinpoint one thing that's causing your problem. And the whole purpose of this 10-day cleanse is to go through it and examine your whole body and go, liver, it's your week. I'm going to love all over you, liver. I'm going to teach you how. It takes 4 weeks to revitalize your whole liver. When you revive your liver, you want to know what happens to your skin, your hair, nails? Oh, hey, girl, you're going to grow long hair and your skin's going to look younger without the need of toxic Botox, which, by the way, is the most toxic substance known to man. Did you know that they used it to paralyze the troops in the Gulf War and to eventually kill them? How did it end up in our beauty med spa treatments? How did it end up being the #1 most utilized drug in med spas? How did glyphosate, Agent Orange, end up in our food supply? The #1 most prominent herbicide used in our crops that we consume on a daily basis. Both of those 2 of which paralyze your organs. No wonder why 90% of Americans are on a chronic digestive, some kind of over-the-counter or prescription medication like Prilosec or an antacid, because their gut is destroyed by these chemicals, by these toxins that are everywhere. You might think, Diane, well, gosh, well, if they're everywhere, how could I ever really fully detoxify my body? You can't, because we're all living in this toxic world, right? So it's not about perfect, it's about progress. And it's also about empowerment and being aware of where these toxins live, and also which ones are the most toxic that I need to address right now. Because I want you to take the bat to these toxins, go, you know what? Nope, I'm hitting a home run. You're gone. You're out of here. But we're going to address one big one at a time. So every time you swing the bat, you go, oh my God, wow, all I did was focus on this one toxin and I got that out of my life and I felt progress. Cool. Diane, give me more. What else is out there? I didn't know in 2 weeks I could feel this much better. Give me more. You're going to become an addict of your own healing journey because you're going to finally feel progress. So like I said, many of you guys might be out there doing, and I commend your efforts because this was me in my journey, right? As oh, celery juice is great. I'm going to do celery juice every morning. Or I'm going to do a colon cleanse, or I'm going to do a liver cleanse, or I'm going to take these gallbladder herbs, or I'm going to, dry brush, or I'm going to sit in the sauna, or I'm going to, jump on the trampoline, or I'm going to go see, a therapist and they're going to massage some stuff out of me, or I'm going to take some activated charcoal, or I'm going to take some chlorella or spirulina. These are all great things. But what's missing out there in the world of holistic healing and cleansing is to do them all together where you're doing it in the right order for the right amount of time. And you know how to not just do it one time, but how to know when to do it the next time, and how to build a whole regiment of your life where, every quarter, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks. Every year, I'm going to do this for 1 week. Every day, I'm going to do this when I first wake up in the morning. Right? So I'm going to teach you a structure and a schedule around how to take care of your body for the rest of your life so that you don't end up in the hospital, so that you don't end up having to put those PCR tests, which are loaded with toxins and chemicals. And you don't have to be a slave to this system that says you have to get X, Y, Z. You got to jump through this hoop to get over there. I'm telling you right now, in the future, if you don't want to jump through the hoops of having to continuously get a jab in order to keep your job, or for whatever constraints they're going to continue to dangle in front of us, then you're going to need to make health your number one priority. Because we are also now seeing that people who are obese or overweight are also the ones that have the pre-existing conditions that make getting COVID or whatever this is. And I can talk about that in the webinars, and I will, the truth about what's happening right now in our world. And it's not as we think, right? So it's very hard to pinpoint one thing. It's not one thing. You can never point your finger at one virus and say that's the thing, because it's not. Can I get an amen on that? If you're saying amen, it's because you are being accountable for the life's decisions that you make every day that create the lifestyle, that create the terrain that either takes you down with a bug or not. So this is radical personal responsibility and accountability, and you're going to grow like wildfire if you say yes to yourself in this cleanse. So in the future, they're saying you won't get your medication, you won't get this surgery, you won't be seen by a doctor unless you have been jabbed. That is the old system. No judgment. If that's you, if you want to go over that, that's fine. You're still going to need a detox too, because you're pumping you filled with toxins. And we're all living and breathing in the same air that is not so fresh anymore. We're breathing in heavy metals, and a lot of these things are contaminating your body. And the more heavy metal toxic you are, the more you're going to draw in EMF frequencies from things like your cell phone. This is a protected cell phone, so I don't have EMF pumping through my body. I keep my computer at least a foot distance from me. I'm going to teach you guys all of this stuff. And it's very, very easy to do. It's new stuff maybe to you, but it's very easy to do. And you're going to see positive change. You cannot repeat after me, and in the comments, please say this out loud to yourself. Say this amongst each other. I cannot get rid of what my entire life of accumulated toxins are in my body in 1 3-day cleanse, in 1 day fast, and just doing chelation therapy, and just doing 1 coffee enema or a series of coffee enemas. This is a personal responsibility, and you have the ability to respond by making choices daily toward a cleansed lifestyle. That's the good news, is this is all within reach. So I'm going to pause over here for a second. Let's see here. Okay. So Stella, I hope I answered your question. What we're going to talk about, I have a powerful call to action for all of you. This is going to be one of the most fun cleanses that you've ever done. And it's going to be the most comprehensive. You're going to learn the most. And because doctors are hiring me to teach their patients this, because they don't have time to. They only have time to hang out with you for 7 minutes if it's a Western medicine doctor, or maybe 30 to 60 minutes if it's a naturopath or a homeopath or a chiropractor at most. They have all asked me to teach this to their patients in between the sessions so that the treatments that you do with your doctors retain themselves for longer. Stem cells don't really work in the body unless your body is cleansed, unless your cells can actually receive them. And people are spending $15,000, $30,000 in stem cell, but they don't even have the basics down. It's like building on a rocky foundation where there's more weeds than seeds. It looks like the Tower of Pisa over time, and you end up like this. And you're like, why did those treatments not work? Because you don't have the foundations down. We're going to go back to basics, and it's going to be awesome. And it's going to taste good, and your taste buds are going to change over time, and you're going to lose weight easy. And I'm not just saying this because I have guarantees. It's because I've been doing this for 10 years and I've seen miracles happen. And it's amazing when you believe in yourself, your body will shift to what exactly you tell it to do. And if it doesn't, hey, I'm up for a challenge. I played pro soccer. And so, hey, I'm here for you if you want to go deeper. If something doesn't work the way that you think it's supposed to, or me as a practitioner would say, a normal body would not hold on to fat like that. A normal body would not, if it wouldn't be constipated, right? You should be pooping twice a day. A normal body is not what doctors say now. Oh, every 3 days of pooping is normal. No, it's not. If you want to be sick and be medicated, sure. But no, that's not normal. We're going to go back to what healthy and optimal is and what we're going to talk about in this 10-week course. So again, you don't have to do it perfect. If you're traveling, I don't care. We're just doing step-by-step day things, and you're going to do your best. You don't have to follow it exactly to the T, because you're going to learn so much that you can go back to those tips and little tools I'm going to teach you anytime. And if you are constipated, like I was saying earlier, glyphosate and Botox freeze your organs, just like they freeze your nerves and your muscles so that you can't do this anymore, right? But they unfortunately freeze your bowels because they travel from the injection site. These are the things, and there are thousands of them that you will learn, and you can ask me during these webinars. I had a client I was talking to before I got on this call today. He's been on 2 rounds of antibiotics since I started working with him 2 months ago. I'm like, hey, we got to get off this antibiotic treadmill. Why are you continuing to take these antibiotics? Well, the doctors told me to, and I had to. Do you hear that language? I had to. Are you the steerer of your own ship now? And I asked him, what kind of antibiotics were there? And he said, I'm not sure. All right, guys, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with that when we don't even know what we're putting into our body and we're just taking it blindly? If you've heard any of my YouTube videos, you may have heard me talk about the danger of fluoroquinolones, which is Cipro, which is the most high prescribed toxic antibiotic today. And it's a class A drug according to the FDA. It comes with the highest amount of side effects, symptoms, and dangers. It's one of the things that contributed to the rupture of my Achilles tendon. Then when I went to get my surgery done, I did not ask the doctor, what kind of stitches are you putting into my Achilles tendon? They put in Proline, which is a plastic. You know what the number one cause of obesity is today? It's an obesogen called BPA, plastic, petroleum, pesticides. Those are all obesogens. They're also xenoestrogens. So what xenoestrogens do is they look like estrogen to the body. Estrogen does what? Grows things, right? Grows our hair when it's our own estrogen. But when it's synthetic, chemical, plasticized, petroleumized, and toxic type of a xenoestrogen, which looks like estrogen in the body. So it blocks the receptor sites. So our own stuff can't get into the cells. It grows fibroids. It grows fat cells. It grows tumors. It grows cancer. And it grows all the things that we don't want to grow, which we wonder, why do we have all these extra masks that doctors are having to remove? It's because of these toxins. So this client of mine, he had to have a tumor removed, and they put in Proline stitches. He can't lose weight. He's having a hard time lose weight. So he came to me, and he, within 2 weeks, is already dropping weight. And after he has not been able to for 5 years. This is the reason why. Can you see I'm super passionate about this? So it's not just about what to do, what to add. It's about what to remove as well. I have an amazing list to teach you guys how to look and through your entire lifestyle. This is what I call the 5D lifestyle, which we're looking at the things that are toxins in your environment. Because what's the point of going on a cleanse if we've never explored the reason that you needed to cleanse to begin with? Because we are surrounded by toxins, surrounded by them. So you can mitigate them, you can reduce them, and you can take charge of your life. And it won't be super expensive. It won't be really complicated. It won't be painful. Trust me. I'm a realist. So I know how people are. I work with your psychology as well. I have to understand that you guys have these, oh, but I can't because I don't have money. Okay, well, then let's work within your budget. What are the free things that you can do? We're going to talk about that too. Okay. Mandy says, we're going to be doing a lot of house healing this year in my house. Sweet. We discovered my teen Hashimoto spent yesterday in ER. So we probably had to do a PCR test there, right? Because that's what most of the hospitals are requiring now. You guys question everything. What's at the tip of these PCR tests? Do not trust them. Do not trust them. And for the majority of patients that I've been working with, they've been sick after they've done the PCR tests. We wonder why we keep getting sick, huh? I don't know, man. I learned from Western medicine. One of the slides I wanted to show you guys today is I learned from Western medicine by doing the very things I was told to do, which was I did Botox. I did lots of antibiotics. I took Accutane, destroyed my life, breast implants, birth control, did lots of these things on repeat and got very sick. And so I have a healthy distrust in blindly taking medications unless I examine them and I really thoroughly research them and understand what's inside of them. Right. So I've learned that before by trusting out there. We trust too much out there because we don't want to trust in here. I want you guys to be able to trust yourselves because we're building that bridge together. And that's what we're doing in 10 weeks. So anyway, she says, he knows I don't like to use drugs to treat things and why. It made my heart sing when he told me today he wanted to do more research on the Pepsid the ER doc prescribed. Oh, girl, I reminded him of possible natural remedies and things we need to address to heal. Love your message and focus. Oh, girlfriend. Thank you, Mandy. Mandy, I've seen your name before. Okay. So Pepsid, PPIs, guys, we got to understand this. And we're going to be talking about this in one of the modules. Why is it dangerous to turn down your stomach acid? One of the number one prescribed medications today is proton pump inhibitors, which turn down your stomach acid. If you turn down your stomach acid, you are closer to death every single day. Why? Your stomach acid is designed not only because much E. coli. Maybe if we had enough stomach acid, we would actually be able to get rid of that E. coli. So a high stomach acid in the wrong places is very painful. And most of the population, what I found in lab testing, and I've been doing this for 10 years with thousands of patients all around the world, I found that the majority of the population has something called H. pylori, which is not found in Western medicine. No matter what the patient said, oh, every patient comes to me and they're like, oh yeah, I've already done tests. The doctor did tests. I didn't have any of those things. Stop. They use testing to look for one thing. Can we make money off of you? I'm sorry to be so blunt, but also not sorry, because it's important that we understand that Western medicine is a business. They are not here to help you heal. There's no money in healing, right? So they're a business. That's why they have traded on the stock market businesses, right? So they give you a PPI, turns down your stomach acid. You are going to have 5 problems down the road within the next year. On in comes 5 more drugs. You're a great customer, make good profits for the stockholders. And here we are. So you might have, or he might have something, and we test this in stool testing, which then we find, a parasite. Then we might find that he's got H. pylori, and we've got to treat that. That's not what this 10-week course is, but I do want to impart upon you guys that if you do want to dive deeper, we can at any time. Many people come to me, they're like, oh my God, my doctor never tested me beyond blood testing. And they said everything was fine, but now I'm on 5 drugs and no one has found out why I'm not fine. So now we find, and just like Patricia with her MS recovery, after years of having it, that she was loaded with parasites. Guess what parasites transport around? Heavy metals. Many people go on a heavy metal cleanse. They've never addressed their parasites. So they've never really gone on a heavy metal cleanse if they've also addressed if they haven't also addressed the parasites at the same time. I might be circling around you guys, but my point is that wow. There are so many healing opportunities, and I have an order in this 10-week cleanse. There is an order. So it won't be like, popcorn all over the place like this, but I'm just always so excited to teach you guys that for every one thing that you learn, and Mandy, what you said, your son, really excited about this. I'm kind of done just doing this Band-Aid, put tape over the check engine light thing. I really want to get to the root of this. I don't want to feel crappy anymore. Last time I took a drug, it only helped me for a few weeks and then it stopped. And then I felt worse. Some other weed popped up. So what symptoms are, is there weeds popping up to show you there's something poisoned down here. Western medicine takes the scissors and cuts the weed, but the root is still there. Now that weed's going to grow up stronger. And because the the soil, AKA your gut, is imbalanced and is not healthy, there's going to be more weeds popping up. Oh, look, another symptom. Western medicine comes around with the drug and just cuts the very tip of it, but the roots are still inside. This is what cancer treatments are. The chemo is just simply trimming the weeds, but never getting to the roots. And the roots will continue to manifest if we don't adjust the soil that which the weeds are growing in so strongly. I believe in every single one of you here. And I firmly believe that we can make massive miracles with every single one of you here. But that only starts when you say, I believe in my ability to heal too. And I trust you. And I want what's best for myself. And I'm also ready to heal, to understand and understand the parts of me that are not wanting to heal, because a part of us gets a benefit for not feeling good. What? Yeah. If we feel like crap, then we get more sympathy. And maybe we don't know how to speak to other people that we need a hug. So the only way we know how to get a hug is to cry because we're in pain. So I want to pass this baton over to all of you because we are starting a new earth here. This is the dawn of a new era. This is what 2022 is simplification, is radical healing, and looking at all of the things in our lives that are hurting us and removing them, and planting new seeds by pulling the weeds at the same time. So yay for that, Mandy. The things that we're going to talk about, in that we're going to have several modules in here. We're going to talk about the gut, and we're going to go into the gut as to why exactly it's inhabitable for bugs like that to thrive. And we might be able to treat it without labs or any kind of supplements or anything. Okay. So I want to share my screen real quick, and then I want you guys to ask questions. I'm only going to go through this slideshow for a few minutes, and then or about 10 minutes, I'm going to pull it over to you guys. So make sure that you guys can see my screen. Just 1 second. Okay. I want to hear in the comments section. How many of you guys are ready to heal? So in the comments section, I want you guys to write now, if this is you, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to cleanse. Just speaking those words out loud, hold yourself accountable. And I want you guys to, if you're ready, to do the true cellular detoxification methods that detox and cleanse and heal your cells at the very base root level, so that it finally works. Because like I said, liver cleanses are great, colon flushes are great, but that's not doing anything at the cellular level. The only true cleansing that works is to detox at the cellular level. And I happen to be a certified detox and toxins expert that has been trained by world-renowned doctors on this approach. And I've fused some of my own into it. So let's just get started on here. If you're somebody who believes that the world needs changing, that we need less disease, and we're ready to treat the root cause for our symptoms, you're in the right place. So the statistics say that if we continue down this pace of toxic load in the next 10 years, 1 out of every 2 children will be born in the autism spectrum. And that is not genetics. That is primarily glyphosate mixed with aluminum, the 2 of which come from vaccines, as well as our foods and what is contained in these vaccines, which could be mercury. If you guys are somebody who has silver fillings, and if you came from the clinic or have removed your silver fillings, but you've never done a true cellular detox for 1 to 2 years after you've had your silver fillings removed, you need this cleanse, because toxins don't leave the body. Just because you're removed the arsonists that's starting the fires, there's still a lot of damage in the forest. And this is what we're going to be doing together for 10 weeks, starting next Tuesday from 2 to 4 p.m. every Tuesday for 10 weeks. So this is a byproduct of toxic load. That was my view on a camel last year in Egypt. We have a diabetes epidemic. 1 out of every 3 children born after the year 2000 will have diabetes. You guys, if you take charge of this and you do this 10-week cleanse, you're going to learn to be a better leader for your families, so your child does not end up in the same place. Right now, the people who are getting COVID are the people who have the most amount of pre-existing conditions and metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is what I mentioned 88% of the adult population has, which is an inability to use our food for fuel. which is insulin resistance. And if you're insulin resistant, you're other hormone resistant as well. So you can take all the hormone replacement therapy, all the hormones, all the patches, but nothing is getting into your cells if it is resistant to receiving. So 88% of the population, that's 9 out of every 10 people on this webinar, cannot receive healthy hormones, vitamins, minerals, and nutrients into the cell. Do you see why I'm saying every American needs this cleanse? And every child does, because 1 out of every 3, and now it's probably more like every 2 out of 3, has metabolic inflexibility. No wonder why we are so tired. No matter what diet you try, no matter what pills that you try, no matter what liver cleanse and celery juice, because you still have not addressed detox at the cellular level. And that's okay. You haven't known this. This is a new thing. And I'm teaching other coaches to implement this in doctors' offices as well, because this is what we need. If you're going to go through all the effort to change from paleo to keto to vegan or whatever the shifts that you've made, make it count. None of that stuff's getting into the cell as long as you're metabolically inflexible. And I'm going to teach you how to undo that in 10 weeks because 9 out of 10 of you have this. And there's a reason why 9 out of 10 have this, even though people have tried all these special diets and cleanses. What's going on? We've got to fix the cell. So this is where we're at. 75% out of every adult has been diagnosed with at least one chronic disease. And it's not getting any better. Fauci was assigned back in the 1970s, I believe it was, to end chronic disease or at least treat it and find the cure for it. We've only gotten worse. This number used to be like 6% of Americans had a chronic disease back then. Now we have 75%. Can we all agree that Western medicine is not doing its job at treating the root? Now it's our job, right? Awesome. Yes, we get to, not have to. I don't have to do a cleanse. I get to do a cleanse. I get to take charge of my life. I get to self-heal. Yes, I get to. This is the New Year's resolution right there. I don't have to do anything. This is how you set New Year's resolutions, is that everything I get to do. There's no more have to. Replace I have to with I get to, and your world will shift. So cancer is also a big business and people are afraid of it. I'm going to stop my share for a minute. Cancer is a huge business. The big issue with cancer is that they, like I said, it's going to cost people tens of thousands of dollars. And there's people right now I'm working with or who are friends or family of mine. They're on a medication because of an autoimmune condition. This is the future. And if we don't take charge right now and start cleansing your body, which is the number one reason that you're sick, suffering, and stuck with symptoms. This is it. Toxins are it. There are hundreds of thousands of them. Not to be overwhelming, but there's hundreds of thousands of them because they have been approving them since the 1950s. And there's 3,000 new toxins they release every year without having done any testing on them. We are lab rats, but we don't have to be anymore. We can just say no. And that's what this cleanse is all about. So one of my clients, he's taking, actually, no, he's not a client. He's my partner's colleague, let's just say for privacy. He's on a medication, or he was on a medication for autoimmune disease. He was like the only one that made his symptoms go away. Right. And he said, if I didn't have this insurance through my wife, who the only reason that she has insurance is she's working for a school district in California. And you know what that means? She has to have this and she doesn't want it, but she probably had to in order to keep her insurance so he can keep this medication, right? Because he doesn't have insurance because he owns a gym. So she is still working for the school district so he can keep his insurance, so he can keep this medication, which would be $40,000 a month if he didn't have insurance. Guess what the doctor said? Oh, I can't prescribe this for you anymore. So now he's in pain. He's begging for permission from his doctor for this drug. And he's trying to jump through hoops to get it back because he hasn't healed himself at the root cause, you guys. Toxic load. It's so simple. We just cleanse the body and it starts to heal itself on its own. That's the secret. That's why my voice has been suppressed. And so many of out there who are talking about natural healing, because this is the answer. And I've proven it all over. You can go to my website if you want to decide, do I want to do this cleanse with Diane? Go to DianeCaser.com, click on this could be you, and just watch all the miracles. There's so many of them. If you want a miracle, well, your invitation starts now and it starts on Tuesday. And if you can't make the webinars, we'll have replays. But anyway, but it's like, I can't say I didn't warn him because I did. But this is what happens. They keep reformulating drugs. They keep changing the things, and then they add stuff to them. They're more toxins. People didn't even know when they started taking Armor thyroid that they added gluten to it the next round. And that's number one thing that most people who have thyroid issues are sensitive to and react to, and actually causes their autoimmune disease because it has glyphosate in it. Oh, okay, great. Thanks. They didn't know that. This is what happens when we trust out there without asking questions. And I'm not saying you guys have to ask a million questions, but I teach you how to think critically and ask questions critically so that you can decide on whether or not something goes in, on, and around your body. You're going to learn a lot of boundaries with me, that you're not just going to take anything blindly. You're going to learn how to ask questions compassionately because you're gathering data, and unapologetically. Because I've given you multiple examples today of many clients that I've been working with who have learned, oh my God, Diana, I didn't even ask the question. And now no wonder why I can't lose weight. I have plastic stitches that live inside of my body that are obesogens, and they live in me permanently. No wonder why I have neurological problems, and I'm taking benzodiazepines and antidepressants and antispasmodics and medications to fall asleep because I have silver fillings in my mouth. Or I had silver fillings, but I never did a true cellular detox after. Or I removed my breast implants, but I never did the work to go back and heal my gut microbe because breast implants are made of 30 plus toxins that travel all throughout your body and get trapped in your lymph and cannot get out unless you do a true cellular detox, which is what I'm teaching you on Tuesday. It's so cool. It's so awesome. I know, Lynn, many medications also, like Botox, people don't know this, have dairy in it. People who have dairy allergies don't know that. So they have these massive reactions to Botox. So there's stories and stories I could go on. And Lynn is an amazing client who went through my program. Lynn, is it cool if I share the blood results study, or the blood test story with the doctor? Okay, cool. So Lynn had been going to her doctor, and we gave her a few things to ask her doctor to test for her, because doctors don't test this stuff. They don't look for blood tests with anything beyond something that needs medication. They don't look for root cause. So they're not going to look for antibodies. That is the real reason why you have imbalances. Thyroid disease, 95% of thyroid disease, hormone imbalances of your thyroid, T3 deficiency, or whatever the case may be. They'll give you Synthroid for it, but 95% of the reason why you have thyroid disease is because of antibodies to your thyroid, which is caused by toxins and parasites. And inside of parasites contain several hundreds of heavy metals, of which, when parasites die and when Candida dies, if you go on a parasite or Candida cleanse, or if you're like, Diane, can I just do a Candida cleanse or a parasite cleanse? I'm not going to do your program, Diane. I'm going to go do a parasite cleanse. You can't do it by itself because parasites contain the heavy metals, and you got to go after both at the same time. Boom. That's why my program works, because we address them at the same time, and it's awesome. You finally see results. When parasites die, they release 78 toxins in your gut. Well, what's the plan there? If you just go on a parasite cleanse without also taking binders to pull out those toxins, you're just moving toxins around the body. So let's get them out. Let's get them out. I teach you that in my 5D program. First of the fives is number 5 is detox your body. Second is detox your environment. Third is a detoxification style diet that supports opening up your pathways so toxins can leave your body through 5 different pathways: your breath, your stool, your urine, your skin, and your hair. All of those things are all ways that your body releases toxins. So drainage first before you do any kind of detoxification. People don't even realize that, which is the 4th one. I'm not saying them in order, but drainage first before detox. People forget this all the time. They just start detoxifying without even doing any kind of drainage work. And if you're not sweating, or if you're not getting giving these toxins a way out, they just move around. They go up here in the brain, and then you have brain fog. Then you have neurological issues. Then you have Parkinson's. Then you have dementia. Then you have neurological diseases that turn into autoimmune disease because they will move up here. If you have leaky gut, which 90% of the population does, you have leaky brain, and no wonder why your brain doesn't feel right, and you can't keep things straight anymore. You have a hard time sleeping. Your hormones are all over the place. You have skin disruption. Your hair's falling out. You feel like you have gas, and that's real fun, when you're either in the bedroom or you're at the gym, or where is my sex drive, or I can't get pregnant. I could share so many different examples, but the number one thing that we're all missing, that doctors want to keep us as far away from the truth about, is toxic load. So Lynn goes into her doctor, and she says, hey, I'd like to have these blood, markers tested. A few things on our thyroid, some iron markers, a ferritin, or whatever it is. I can't remember all the things, Lynn. If you want to put that in the comments, you can. Doctor says, laughs at her, makes fun of her. This is Western medicine now, for the most part. Not every doctor, but the model is dismissal. You know what that is? That's called gaslighting. These doctors are not trained to give a shit about you. I'm not talking about all doctors. I'm talking about just the Western medicine model. Listen to the symptoms. Don't even look to see if an antibiotic is even going to work on the bugs that we're trying to kill. Don't ever take an antibiotic unless you have been tested to affirm that whatever bug is inside of you that's causing an infection is actually going to be killed by that antibiotic. Many of them are resistant now. Then you end up getting more and more antibiotic resistance. And no wonder why we have an obesity crisis. That's one of the biggest reasons why, because it kills gut bugs, which are part of your immune system. 80% of your immune system lives in the gut. And the number one thing people want right now is immunity. How do we boost your immunity? It's not just vitamin C and N-acetylcysteine and taking, milk thistle. We got to look after your entire body, every cell of your body. I believe that your immune system is every cell of your body. And that is God wisdom. Your immune system is your whole body, not just the gut. So, she got laughed out of doctor's office and she came back and she said, I feel so embarrassed. My doctor won't give me, won't do these testing for me. I said, Lynn, it sounds like you have a broken belief that your doctor is the end all be all and he's the permission slip. And that's it. If he says no, then you're done. There's no other choice. There is a whole nother world over here. And I want to teach you guys it. And I said, Lynn, we can get you a blood test. We could order a whole bunch of these things and more. And she's like, wait, what? So now she ordered her own blood test. We found a lot of root cause reasons for her healing, and she's taking her health in her own manners now. And you don't have to get laughed at by a doctor anymore. It's so amazing. So yeah, Mandy, this is great. I'm so lucky to have found an amazing allopathic doctor practice who will not prescribe thyroid meds for a teen. Doctors only order after finding thyroid antibodies, no gluten, and take 600 milligrams of inositol, do some keyword blood work to look for common triggers like food allergies. Okay. Heavy metals. Now I want to address that part too. A lot of you guys will go out there and do a food sensitivity panel. People ask me about this all the time, or food allergies or whatever. They're going to be, they're still treating the symptom. The root cause is that you have leaky gut. And if you have a leaky gut, you have your immune system is going to be on high alert. And it's going to be attacking a bunch of things, and food particles are going to end up in the bloodstream where they're not supposed to be, because they transfer from your gut to your bloodstream. They're not supposed to go there. They're supposed to go in your gut and stay in this tube all the way out your body. Undigested food particles are not supposed to be in your bloodstream. Your immune system goes, oh my God, there's stuff all over the place. The car is parked in the bathroom, shouldn't be parked there. And the immune system goes, get it out, get the car out of the bathroom. And then we wonder why we have food sensitivities, that we stop eating those foods or allergies, but the food is not the problem. It's the symptom. And the root cause is a leaky gut, but that's still not that's the root cause. But the reason why you have a leaky gut is because of toxins. So a lot of you will go out there and take all these amazing things to heal and seal your gut, your leaky gut, but then never address the toxins that cause leaky gut. Let's do it all together. Let's do it all together. So we're going to clean it all up, because if you have toxins in your beauty care products, if you have toxins in your personal care products, if you have toxins that you're bathing in, toxins in your water, toxins in the air, toxins in your food, toxins in your supplements, they're everywhere. I don't want to overwhelm you. Again, this is meant to be simple, and I'm going to simplify it for you with over 10 years of research that I've been doing to simplify it for you, so that you don't have to do all this work that I did, and 9 health and wellness certifications. You don't have to go through all that. Do it in 10 weeks. And then that's it, for $197 until tomorrow at noon. But those are the toxins that are assaulting your gut lining to cause leaky gut. So Nina says, are you starting this 10-week course next Tuesday, or will be no, Nina, this is the only time this course will be led like this. And it's going to be now. It's now or never. I'm going to challenge every single one of you. I know we have, constraints, or we're traveling or whatever. And maybe you can't do it now because maybe you're, I don't know, whatever reason that you have. I'm just going to challenge all of you, because you get to watch the replays and you get to keep this course material. So you could watch it whenever you want. You go back to those modules and watch them 6 months later, and you go, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to keep doing this again and again and again. Or what did Diane say? I want to implement that. So you get access to these course materials and modules, even if you can't attend all of them live. So I'm going to start moving into, some questions now. I do want to say before I start into that is, I have a funny acronym for all of you. The root cause reason that we're so sick today is because, and you feel like shit, is because of shit. Stress, hormone imbalance, infections, and toxins. It's a great way to remember it, right? So you might say, well, I can't reduce my stress. I have to make money. I have to take care of my kids. And I totally get that, right? But it's not about reducing stress as much, because I get you have things that you have to do. It's about stress resiliency and stress tolerance. When you have healthy hormones, because you have detoxed your body and you've cleaned out the infections from your gut, then you can handle stress better. And you don't need to take medications to help you cope with life anymore. And I'm not saying you have to be off all your medications. I work with many patients that are still on medications, and sometimes they take them for life. And sometimes they're a great bridge while we're building the bricks to help you create this new reality. And, I take a medication every now and then too. I take recreational drugs like psilocybin once in a while. I believe in plant medicine once in a while. I love Jesus. I go to church. I have all of my own things that I do. And I would never take something away from you if you really felt like it was working. But I do want to challenge everybody. If you don't feel like it's working, or if it's harming you, let's find you an alternative, let's work at the root. So, Nina says not money until the 15th. So there's a payment plan option in there too, Nina. You can make 2 payments on there. It's only $197. So if you can find $197, from somebody, borrow it, find it, make it happen. Let's see here. I've been trying to heal with a functional medicine practitioner and functional medicine coach for 4 years now, and I haven't been able to move the needle. Wow, girlfriend, that's or TS. I shouldn't assume girlfriend. That's a long time, right? Here's a new rule of thumb, and I'll teach you guys this in your 10-week course. If you have worked with a practitioner for 3 to 6 months and still haven't seen a needle move, it's time to find another practitioner. And that's no disrespect to them. So what do you offer that's different? We are going to, great question, by the way. We are going to the deepest part of your body, the cells that your organs, your glands, your bones, your muscles, your brain are made of, right? The number one thing missing from Western medicine and even Eastern medicine today is a practitioner who does 3 things, who has experience, empathy, and education, number one. And the majority of practitioners today, 98% of them, do not know how to properly detox the body. Number one, at the cellular level. That's why we see so many miracles. We go the cellular level. And number two, we have so many roadblocks today that the old school model of going to the doctor for doctor-patient visits is dead. It's dead. There are things that I'm going to teach you in this 10-week course that you can do every single day in between doctor visits, because the average doctor doesn't have time to help you with all of this lifestyle modification stuff. And there's something called the 3 amigos that I work with. And also more than that, there's 3 big reasons why so many people are sick today: metals, mold, and mycotoxins that stem from EMF frequencies. So that's a 4E model that you guys can remember. I'll teach you all this stuff. Where do I find mold? Where's that come from? Well, if you had breast implants, it's number one. Number two, you could have lived in a moldy home when you were a child. A lot of these toxins that you have in your body right now that have accumulated, they came from birth. The average baby is born with 287 chemicals in them. That was in 2004, a study that was done by EWG. Now, can you imagine? It's probably thousands. So the number one source of toxic load is mom. And lead is a huge one that takes like 4 generations to clear from the body. So we are going deep. We are going from organ to organ in the proper order. So we're cleansing in the right order. I'm going to teach you guys all of this. People cleanse one organ, but they don't cleanse the entire body. And we got to move through the body in an intelligent way. Because why would you clean out somebody's house if you didn't have a doorway to take the toxins out through? Why would you have a landscaper blow around leaves if they didn't put them in a bag and haul them away? Most people blow around leaves, but they don't take away the bags. That's the difference. And I have a lot of holistic doctors who come to me and say, can you help this client? They either refer them to me or I work with them in lifestyle modifications in these programs, because this is the in-between stuff that I'm actually teaching doctors in their offices, which is what I'm doing for American Holistic Care. I said, you guys, you're doing amazing things at this clinic, but I know these patients. I've worked with several of them. They're going home and they have a terrible diet. They are numbing out from broken beliefs that they're running from. And when we work on all that stuff, your lifestyle will bring you to a point that you won't need to pay a lot of expensive, doctor visits and treatments, because we're working in your roots and your soil. We're going back to basics and more. We're going deep and we're going back to basics. I missed most of the convo due to a call. Jacqueline says, do you cover parasites, viruses, and cover MTHFR and HPA access? I love that you're a smart girlfriend and you asked that question. Double homozygous MTHFR right here. I have been blessed with a lot of roadblocks so that I can be empathetic to a lot of yours, because I have many things that are blocking me from being somebody who is a picture of health. I may look like a picture of health, but I've had to fight for it. So yes, we will be covering that. Genetics are not your destiny. So when your doctor tells you, oh, it's your genes, that's the reason why you have this disease, it's not. So we're going to be working on how we can support your liver. And if for anybody who does not understand what MTHFR means, if you say it out loud, it sounds funny, right? Try to say MTHFR out loud. Just try to say that, not those letters, but how Jacqueline wrote it. It's a mother, right? And if you have that gene, which 50% of the population at least has one SNP, about a quarter of the population has two SNPs, which technically just means that your body has an issue with doing what's called methylation, adding methyl donors like folates to toxins to carry them out of the body. You know, there's 7 or 8 different pathways for detoxification. I don't want to get super sciencey with you guys today, but in the modules, I'm going to give you just enough science to understand your body, and to know what to do with it, because you, Jacqueline, and that's a question that I would cover deeply in these courses. I would have you do some different things, that would support your methylation pathways and to help you understand what blocks those pathways. Because what she's talking about, you guys, is some of us were born with it's called single nucleotide polymorphisms. And what that means is that our genetics are maybe coded to be more sensitive to certain things that prevent us from detoxification. And when toxins back up, we get sick. Remember, why do we get sick? Shit, stress, hormone imbalances, infections, and toxins. But it starts with toxins. It starts with toxins impermeate the body, parasites, infections come around to clean up the mess. But now the parasites and the heavy metals live inside of you. So now you have 2 problems. Then your hormones go imbalanced. Plus, of course, age, we can't ignore that. So then you have hormone imbalances, metabolic syndrome, 88% of the population, 9 out of 10 people, hormone imbalances, right? That's what we're going to resolve. If you're metabolically inflexible, I don't care how much money you spend on which doctors. If they don't treat that at the root, at the cell level, like we're going to do, nothing's going to change. The needle won't move. And stress. Those are the reasons why we get sick. Toxins. It starts with toxins. We are in an upside down world where doctors have never made mention of toxic load, but it is the number one thing. If we turn the upside down world to the top, that is the root cause reason. That's the deepest root. We're going to go there. Yes, we're going to go there. And I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it applicable. I'm going to make it customizable to you. And these things that you're going to do are going to be realistic. You're not going to have to spend a lot of money. I'm going to give you options to up level, but these are going to be real food as medicine things that you've never heard. Some of them you have, of course. I'm not going to make this super exclusionary, but the manner in which I do this is super different. You're going to have Dr. Bergman talking about the importance of a healthy spine in order to detox, because you need to have a healthy spine to have organs that support detoxification pathways, right? That's part of drainage. Step 1, we're going to talk about that. So I'm going to have you learn things like don't go on a detox ever unless your drainage pathways are open. What does that mean, Diane? Come with me to module 1 next week. We'll talk about it. I don't want you guys to spend hundreds of dollars anymore on supplements. This is who I see. The average person has spent tens of thousands of dollars before they get to me. And they're like, I wish I would have come to you before I did all this other stuff, because you could take $500 in supplements, but they aren't going to work if your cells are full of toxins. If your cells are full of toxins, they're going, nope, can't anything fit in here until we remove the bad stuff so the good stuff can finally get in. That's when things will work. And that's why this will work. And it might move the needle slowly, but we'll get there. But for some people, it moves the needle very quickly. Yes, TS. Great other question. Can this help with EMF sensitivity? Yep. I have a whole module. We're going to talk about EMF sensitivity and how to mitigate that. I am someone who is also sensitive to EMF sensitivity, could be part of MTHFR as well. But you guys, this is the point. This is the key point. With the launch of 5G, with more EMFs, more smart stuff, we are going to be loaded with magnetic frequencies. We are electric bodies. And with the disruption of these magnetic fields, our bodies are going to be more prone to illness. And the more toxic that you are, the more EMF sensitive that you are, the more that you're going to draw in these frequencies, and it's going to disrupt your field, and you're going to get more symptoms and more sickness. So the more toxic that you are, the more that you will be ill. The less toxic that you are, the less that you will be ill. The more that you will be well, the more that you'll not need to spend more money on all these toxic treadmill treatments that don't work. Okay. So you only use foods, greens to detoxify. Yeah, Maria, there's going to be some things that of course there's supplements too. There's always going to be an additional option to up level to supplements, and you'll always have that choice. I'm going to have this is the foundation for everybody. Then I'm going to have options to up level because some people want to, right? So that could help you detoxify, 3 times faster if you did something like that. So yes, I'm going to have options for everybody. And we're going to go deep. We're going to go cellular cleansing. We're going to do liver cleansing. We're going to do colon cleansing. Your skin's going to look younger very quickly because your skin only takes, just like the liver, 4 weeks to rebuild itself so that you have new skin tissues. So forget all the needs to spend $3,000 plus on Botox. You won't need all that stuff when you're actually working on collagen repair. Guess what? The more toxins that you have in the body, the less your body is actually able to produce collagen, or those toxins will block collagen production. And if you're not breaking down your food well, protein into amino acids, that's what collagen is made from, right? Wow. So you don't have to spend all this extra money on all these treatments when you're doing it the right way and you treat your body from within. Have to leave. You go to work as I live in Sydney. Okay, awesome, Hannity. And if you're in another country, no problem. Like I said, I've been working for 10 years with patients and clients all around the world in many countries. I've traveled the world myself and led cleanses from my computer. You don't need to be here in Sedona with me. You just need to be somebody who is motivated and really wants to heal it and understand what's causing you to feel sick to begin with. Okay, now I'm going to start opening up to any more questions. Okay. Yeah. Jen J, the thing is with every symptom, I'll tell you this, every symptom is caused by the shit formula that I gave you, right? If you have menopause, then you have, as you get older, or some women I work with in their early 30s and they're in menopause, because right now we have a major epidemic in toxicity. That's the epidemic. And it causes infections. And the reason why people are getting air quotes sick with COVID is, I believe, because there is a parasitic involvement, there is a heavy metal baseline in it. And I believe that viruses are actually our body's detox. It's a result of detoxification. And like I said, parasites gobble up these heavy metals. So menopause can be earlier on for some women because of when your body's in stress mode. Hold on, I'm going to close my blinds here. Got sun on my face. When your body is in stress mode, you're going to be producing a ton of cortisol, the stress hormone, and that stress hormone is going to block things like testosterone. Your testosterone is what helps you burn fat. It helps you build muscle, right? So the more muscle that you have, the more tone that you are, the more you're going to be burning fat when you're sitting down. So somebody with an extra 5 pounds of muscle that they build from having healthy levels of testosterone, they will burn 250 calories of fat every day. So you can't get tone when you don't have testosterone. I see plummeting levels of testosterone in the average population, even among women. So with respect to menopause, I could answer questions relative to that, but this is specifically around detoxification, and detox will help any condition, no matter where you're at. I do have other programs where I work with women one-on-one with respect to menopause. Women are saying, oh, things like, okay, let me just show you something real quick. But like, oh yeah, I've done hormone testing. I've done blood testing. Yeah. My doctor said everything looks fine, but let me just show you something real quick here. Share screen. And for those of you guys who've got to go, I understand. But like I said, the call to action today for all of you is to join the Warrior Cleanse. It's amazing. This is like, there's 6 roadblocks to fat loss. And I stated 4 of them in my shit. My little, if you don't like swearing, sorry, but I think it's funny and you'll always remember it, right? I feel like shit. Well, that's why. So if you got to go, like I said, let me just show you the screen. So if you do have to go, and then I'll come back up to this. Here is the special. You guys could take a screenshot of this so that you can get jamming. If I can find it, just one second. Here it is. Okay. Go to thewarriorcleanse.com. Join us for $100 off using coupon code WARRIOR100. We start Tuesday at 2:00 p.m. Pacific. We go for 2 hours. And this the $100 off expires tomorrow, Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, after which point it's going to be $297. So $100 off is huge. So yeah, I'm going to, so if anybody of you guys needs to go, that is my invitation to you. If you don't do it now, the next time Dr. Bergman will not be on this. You will not get him. He's $500 for a half-hour session. Famous chiropractor. He'll be on for 2 hours with us in module 5 and talking about the importance of spine health. And he is amazing. You get to ask him questions one-on-one, which is really cool. I'm not cheap either one-on-one. People pay me several tens of thousands of dollars sometimes to work with them. but you get me for $197 for 10 weeks. And you also get Dr. Garcia, and he is the functional medicine doctor, worked at Santa Vive down in Mexico, and now works at the American Biodental Care and Holistic Care. So some of you guys maybe hear from them. And he is also going to be in one of the modules talking about the power of functional medicine combined with the work I do, because he and I work on patients together. And that's where we have seen miracles happen, because I'm looking at, hey, what are the things that are causing you to be unhealthy, right? And then he gives, IV treatments, things that accelerate their healing, but you can't just do one. It's a very good combination. Will it just be teaching or supplement and food protocol? Yes, Jen, it will be all three of those things. It'll be many things, and you'll just get to grab and absorb whatever speaks to you. But I'm going to give you a lot of stuff, really cool things to learn. We're going to be doing food as medicine. I'm going to be teaching you guys little one thing at a time. Like with your colon, here's a recipe for the week. Here are the things that toxify your colon. Here are the things that could add to. So I always talk about builders and blockers. Every week I'm going to talk about builders and blockers. What are the things that are poisoning your colon? What are the things that will help you to rebuild your colon? What is the recipe that you can use? What are the herbs that you can use? It's not going to be expensive. Like I said, there's going to be many things that you guys can do as far as supplements, but I'm not going to get super, super customized into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be also giving you guys the opportunity to do a small test at home. It's in a small kit. It's 1,000 times more accurate than liver testing for cellular inflammation, and it's only $20. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that at home to check your cellular health. And the level of cellular health that you are dictates the level of all health that you are. So we're going to the micro level so that we can heal the macro, right? We don't have a Facebook group. I'm not big into Facebook or, social media, because I'm on it, but we're going to have something like that where you guys can communicate. How can this help with muscle? Okay. What I'm going to have to say, you guys, with every specific condition is every single condition will be helped by detox. So what we have one illness, one epidemic, and it's toxic load. So what this detox is going to do is, I'm not going to get specific with there's, several hundreds of diagnoses today. I can't help everybody with every condition, but your condition will get better because the root cause reason why you have that condition is going to start to get resolved. And if you want to go deeper, we can, right? Yeah, no Facebook. The lives, yes, they go from 2 to 4 p.m. So Shama, you could either stay up with us or you could ask questions prior to the webinar. And if you go to thewarriorcleanse.com, I actually have all of these Q&As there. So I'm going to tell you guys to go over there, check out the basic Q&As, like what if I live in another country? How will this work? There's a 3-page Q&A there. So if you guys have any roadblocks to, maybe I shouldn't do this, go read that Q&A and that will address those there. Yes, this detox works with basics like high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, all the standard root reasons why people have chronic conditions today. Yes, this will absolutely address those things, because toxins cause every condition is root cause in toxic load. Every single diagnosis, every single one. So the answer is always going to be yes. Is this going to be linked to Extreme Health Academy by chance? Dr. B and Justin sometimes jump on that. I'm not sure if he's going to put it on there, Bobby. Good question, but that's Dr. B's thing. So if you want to come on tomorrow with Dr. B, he sent an invite. We're going to be doing a webinar tomorrow similar to this, and you guys can ask any questions there. But he's going to be putting it, I don't even know where it's going to be. It's going to be, I think, on his Dr. B VIP site, but he'll give you all the access whenever you guys sign up. Let's see. And you guys will know how to join just like this, but it'll be 2 hours. It'll be me presenting for an hour with slideshows. And then the second part will be Q&A for you guys to help you with your one-on-one specific questions. Will participants have lifetime access? Yeah. As far as I know, MB, yes, you will. Will you be teaching or supplement and food? I think I covered all of that. And then let me just share with you guys just a couple, your mind's going to be blown when you see how much there is beyond what you're taught. And a lot of you are like, well, no, I don't think I'm toxic, because just wait till we do this. Wait till we do this. If you have any symptom, you have a toxic burden. If you have any symptom, you have an inability to handle stress. If you have any symptom, there's something going on in the gut. Every single human has one out of those 4, and always a combination of those 4. So you can go to the gastroenterologist all day and they could test you for stuff. They're not going to find stuff because they don't look where we look. The MS patient that I worked with, just like she said, I went to the doctor for years. They did several stool tests and they never found anything. They said everything's fine. And then she came to me and we found her riddled with parasites. That's one of the number one reasons people have autoimmune disease. If you get rid of your parasites, you'll never have a cough, cold, flu, or fever again. And also getting rid of the heavy metals with that. So what you'll read will listen and learn and will blow your mind. So what we do on lab testing, this is just one example, but we're not doing this in the course, right? But you could always go deeper with us if you'd like to. This hormone testing here, doctors are like, oh yeah, we ran some blood on you. Everything's fine. but here's a hormone patch or pellet that's filled with GMO soy that is a obesogen. Huh. We're getting testosterone patches injected into us every quarter, and they're made of GMO soy that is an obesogen. How did I not know that? Well, you didn't know to ask. It's okay, you know, but it's so crazy what you learn, and you learn to ask better questions because you just didn't know how to ask. You know, we've been programmed to just trust our doctors, but they're not looking at the root. They're trimming your hedges, and the roots are still growing weeds. So what I see when we do blood testing, far beyond just looking at where your hormones production is how's your body even using them? I am not interested in your total level of hormones that you have running around the body. I am only interested in what's even getting into the cell. Because if your cells are toxic, nothing is getting into the cells. You guys, I think I said it about 6 times. I'll say it one more time, just so it really sinks in. If your body is toxic, no matter what expensive supplements or cleanses or, you know, diets that you try, or even prescriptions, it's not getting in because there is no entrance, because it's completely, the cell is hoarding toxins. Does that make sense? So this is why I say detox will help every single condition, and I've seen it work. MS, muscular issues, bone density issues, osteoporosis, blood pressure issues, hormone imbalances, candida, parasite infections, pneumonia. I'm working with a child right now who has massive seizures, and we've been able to get her off of 5 out of her 6 medications, and also address the reason why she had seizures, which was all 4 of those things, by the way, not just one. So yeah, this is a school of miracles that you're going to start next Tuesday. And whether or not you can make it live, just be there. The recordings are worth their weight in gold. Even just one is worth $100. Even just one module will be worth $197. So what we find on these lab tests is, let me maximize this here. Oops, just one second. There we go. Okay. What we see here is that whoever this person was, I don't remember which client of mine. I think this was actually me. Yeah, this one was mine. I was estrogen dominant at one point. I had low progesterone, which means progesterone is our antidepressant hormone. No wonder why so many women are antidepressants. You know what the average cost of a woman who has postpartum depression is? $30,000. That's the treatment cost. When I just look at this and go, wow, a woman that I work with who's just delivered a baby, she's got low progesterone. No wonder why she feels depressed. No wonder why she will do anything and pay out anything to feel better. So this is what we can see, even though blood tests will show that progesterone's fine or testosterone's in the tank. No wonder why this person's depressed. No wonder why they can't build muscle. No wonder why they have low energy, right? So a lot of these things we look for deeper. And just because your doctor told you, and this is the only reason I pulled this up, just because your doctor told you everything was fine on a blood test does not mean that it's fine at the root. Blood tests looks at the health of the stem or the base of the tree, but does not look at the health of the soil, which determines the fate of the tree's entire lifetime of health. You know, we also look at gut testing. These are people who we look at with some pretty gnarly infections, and they just felt like they had hormone imbalances. They're like, Diane, my hormones are imbalanced. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, no wonder why your hormones are imbalanced. You've got some significant candida infection, even though their doctor tested them. So, and then also finding things like high levels of heavy metals. So this is also what we see is we have high levels of heavy metals, which is the pink stuff over there on the side, the high levels of pink things, what we see, lead. That person had 2.2 levels of lead. Anything in the white down there is, you know, within the reference range. Anything below that's dangerous. So that lead lives in your bones. Then when women end up with osteoporosis and they think it's a calcium issue. But look at this person over here. This person cannot digest calcium because they have really high levels of calcium in their tissues, which means it's not getting into the cells, which means they have things like kidney stones and gallstones, which means they have low metabolism, which is why we have 88% of the population who has metabolic pathway issues, which means pre-diabetes or diabetes, inability to take insulin and sugar molecules into the cell to feel energy. No wonder why we're so fat, fatigued, and frustrated, right? Most people are like, I've been trying everything to lose weight. I don't know why I can't lose weight. This is why right here. These are just some examples. There's so many of them, but I got to start wrapping up. But yeah, all of these questions that you guys are asking, you know, if I can't attend, whether it be live replays, absolutely, you guys got it. You don't have to be there live. I will give you ability to ask questions prior. If you want to ask 5 questions, you know, you're going to know what the module materials are going to be so that you can start getting ready. It's going to be like college. You know, if you can't get there, then I'm going to teach you what to research prior to. I'm going to give you guys exercises to do so that you can every week builds on the next one. And before you know it, you have remodeled 10 different things or 10 different things for each organ in your body in 10 weeks. So yeah, I just want to kind of show you guys that with this new reality that we're building together, because you guys are going to be learning this new reality with me and Dr. Bergman and Dr. Garcia, you get to now take this into your own homes, into your own lives, into your own families, and you get to hand the torch over to the next generation. And the next time someone gets sick, you might not think, oh God, I don't know what's wrong, I got to take them to the doctor. You might go, oh my God, you know, that looks like something I had. And they might just need some activated charcoal or maybe just some oregano. And I'm talking basics here, but we're going to get deeper into it. So we're going to go beyond basics and into the intermediate and advanced stuff as far as you guys want to go. Yeah, Simone. So the way that you guys sign up is go to thewarriorcleanse.com. And then what you do is you just click, I'm ready to go. Use Warrior 100 for $100 off. So it's only going to be $197. I charge more than that for a 30-minute session with me. This is 10 whole weeks. So even if you're like, you know, I'm not really sure, Diane, I'm not really sure if it's going to just $197. You spend more than that on a tire for your car. And more people take better care of their tires or their car in general. And more people know more about their cars than they know about themselves. So let's change that, shall we? If you came here from Holistic Hair, if you came here from American Biodental, you guys welcome. I may have met you at the clinic. Maybe we've had some high fives or hugs. I'm so glad that you came here today. Thank you for trusting in me. Thank you for being so excited about your health journey as I am. And if you're like, no, I'm not really, I'm really exhausted, then don't worry, in 10 weeks, that's going to change. So let's take this journey together. There will not be a course like this ever again, the way that it's being led. It is going to go up to $397 for the next time I do lead it live, which may be in the fall. But I'm not sure yet because I am going to be launching a Holistic Health Coach Institute to teach coaches to teach what I'm teaching you guys. So if you're interested in becoming a holistic health coach at some point too, you can go to dianekaiser.com/webinars and sign up for that one. That's going to be in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm stoked that you guys came here today. And Jen says, what about just lab testing and protocol? Great question. So Jen, reach out to me, support@dianekaiser.com. and just let me know what you're needing support with, or you can go to dianekaiser.com/call and apply for a call to speak with someone from my team. We could talk about doing some lab testing and helping you with what's going on. But like I said, if I see that your labs are all out of whack, we create with our lifestyles the imbalances that are happening on our lab tests. So the more that you can learn about how to improve your lifestyle, the better those lab markers are going to look. Right. So we are 99% in charge here. 99% of it is what we're thinking and what's going on. And we make decisions based on that. So I'm going to teach you guys your blind spots, what you haven't been taught properly, which is great, how you can take charge of your life. Oh yeah, I'm an author too, Jacqueline. Yeah, that book back there, Killer Breasts. I'm also a movie maker. I've made a 11-part docuseries called Dying to Be Beautiful, talking about all the different toxins we're going to talk about. I've made another movie called Killer Breast Documentary. So I've made a lot of things because I'm very passionate about helping people heal because of how many miracles I've seen, you know, me being one of them and all of you being the miracle. But are you ready to leverage and activate the miracle within you to self-heal? That's the question I will leave you with today. If you are ready to discover and turn on the miracle within you, then in 10 weeks, you're going to turn a lot of this around. And if you might not feel better in 10 weeks, you might learn how you can feel better or what big roadblocks are standing in your way and what to do to address them and what to do next. So I'm making a lot of big promises here, but they're not empty. I'm not like a drug commercial. I'm making promises because I have seen thousands of patients turn their health around where they've tried many things before that didn't work for them and they spent a lot of money. But guess what? They didn't give up. I was their last resort and I'm sick of that. I don't want to be anybody's last resort anymore because I'm silenced out there in media, because I am a resort that is a threat to the drug manufacturers because you won't need a lot of these drugs anymore because you self-heal at the root cause level. How awesome is that? So let's go. Glenn says, if I can't attend live, well, okay, you guys are all asking the same question. So I'm just going to tune out for now, let you guys go. Go to thewarriorcleanse.com. Yes, you can get all of the replays. Yes, they're all going to be recorded. Yes, you'll have access to all that stuff. You'll have access to and the ability to ask questions prior to. I get we're all super busy, so of course I have that out there for you guys. But any other questions, go to thewarriorcleanse.com, go to the Q&A section. It says any questions that I did not answer on this page. Click here, you'll see that. And any questions that you have beyond being in this webinar today, go to support@dianekeiser.com and then drop me an email and, or myself or my team will get back to you. But like I said, the special only goes until tomorrow at noon. So if we don't get back to you, because our emails are kind of flooded, because we have a lot of people who want help right now that they realize that this is the answer. So just give us, it might take 2 days for us to get back to you. So you could always buy the course. And if you find out later that it won't work for you, we can refund your money, because we can do that before the program starts. So at least get your $100 off now. And, say yes to yourself, say yes to yourself. Jessica says, thank you so much. My health journey these past 5 years has led me to everything you were saying. You sound amazing. Thanks again. Jess, okay. Two of the women who work on my Chi team are named Jess. So, we've got an amazing team that helps to support me. So I want to thank them too for making this happen. But yes, this is true. Most people have been working out there for 5 years, 10 years before they find me. And I'm not saying this from my ego. I'm saying this from my heart, because God has given me this path to fall down and hurt myself a lot and do it the wrong way, so that I could research and find the right way, so that I can help a lot of you busy people out there that don't have time or energy to research all of this themselves. So Jess says, I want to join your team and add another Jess, LOL. And maybe, if you do, Jess, if you want to become a coach, there's a lot of people soul searching right now. They don't know what they want to do next with their lives, because this old world is crumbling and they're like, that's toxic world. I don't want part of that toxic world. I want to be part of the tonic world. I want to be part of the solution. So if you want to maybe even learn about becoming a health coach, I'm going to be teaching this and certifying people as a health coach in the next couple of months. So you can go to dianekeiser.com/webinars, sign up for that. I might see you there. Maybe you'll become a coach and I help you and mentor you so that you can go out there and teach this stuff to patients and their practices and other people who are looking for root cause resolve as the remedy that truly is the answer. And that's you. The answer's inside. So let's detox and remove all the blocks that are preventing you from being the perfect health that you are. Except for many of us were born to this huge toxic culture, and you were born into, several hundred of toxins, and let's get those out too. I mean, every single one of you is, even including myself, is burdened with toxins. So it's time. It's absolutely time. When you check out, you'll see, click checkout and it says Warrior 100. So you put the discount code in there, Warrior 100. If you guys have any issues for whatever reason, when you're checking out, just email support@dianekeiser.com and we'll take care of you. I'll have my assistant, Jamila, take a look at the emails coming in. So yes, thank you guys for being here today. So true. Jess says my health journey has opened my eyes dramatically. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise. Yes. I believe that, we are always turning our wounds into wisdom. We're always turning our messes into a masterpiece. We're always turning our pains into purpose. And so that's what I want to help you guys do, is to help you be the bridge from the suffering to the sovereignty. So let's build a bridge together, which is exactly what this 10-week course is all about. So I will see you guys there. I'll see you in the Warrior Cleanse, $197. You can't beat that right now, for 10 weeks of modules that you'll have access to for as long as I know, and learning how to use God's gifts to nourish our bodies and our temples, because nature is going extinct in terms of answers and solutions. And I want to be the embodiment, and I want you to join me into becoming the embodiment that nature, our mother nature, that God has gifted us an environment. This is how we heal. When we disconnect from the environment of our true home, Mother Nature, we die. So I'm going to teach you how to plug back into nature and to do this the inexpensive way, and to do it the healing and holistic way. So thank you guys for being here today. I will see you there. Bye for now.